Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So, yesterday was quite interesting. We were pretty much on track to start another move to the upside. We've broken some diagonal flag setups, and I'll show them to you on the hour shortly. And then, lo and behold, deep into the US session, Biden announces a plan to increase the capital gains tax, and obviously a tax. And it's not just increased by a few percent, it's basically doubling the capital gains tax. So, I think in the beginning of the week I mentioned, we've got all the money, all the stimulus checks in the market now. So now what? Do we print more money and get more stimulus checks out there to get the economy going? Or do we increase the tax on those stimulus checks? So take 40%, take half the profits back. Anyway, so that's my twisted view of it at the moment, but it's all a big political game at the end of the day, and we just got to play with what the politicians are doing, and don't get too sidetracked and think they're doing anything for your own good. So we have big move down. So beginning of the week, move down was a coronavirus fear. Then everything was fine because earnings are coming through and everything's hunky-dory. We're making money. And then, oh dear, we're going to be taxed. So big sell-off. And then looks like we're going to probably move the upside. So if I just pop to the daily quickly, and I speak about this so often, down, up, down. What's the next logical pattern? Up. So we are in a range. I mean, that range is fairly clear. You can see there's our range. This is a range at the moment. And moving averages are still in our favor. Oscillator is back in our favor again. And the one thing to point out here, look at the grouping the oscillators. Move down, grouping the oscillators. Move up, group the oscillators. That's also an indication that you're in a range. When you see the oscillators moving with the range like that as well. So at the moment, this is a massive consolidation picture. I think 300 or 400 points or something. 500 points, sorry. So it's a 500-point consolidation at the moment. And I would anticipate that we're moving back the upside in the short term, and then probably a rejection. But we also do have a higher low, and that is another indication that we could be looking for a bigger move the upside. So basically, the move yesterday, this quick move down, that was done by algorithms. So the millisecond that news came out, we were already falling. So that's not human beings trading, that is algorithms trading. Now what's happening is human beings are now going to look at it to see what is the context of the bill. It's got to pass through Senate and the other different structures first as well. So now they're going to look for the timing, when are they going to come up, and at the same time they're going to execute plans. And the plans would be, do I keep my money in the stock market? Do the returns warrant it? Or do I put my money on the bonds? Where is the capital gains tax going to hit me the most? Where am I going to be able to profit the most? So that's kind of the questions that these big investors are going to be doing and big institutions are going to be doing. So they'll find the loopholes. More than likely a loophole that would be created for certain people, certain individuals, and they'll find those loopholes and start executing the loopholes. So just be wary of what's going on at the moment. I think next week the earnings season is a massive one with all the FANG stocks and a lot of tech stocks coming through, some big earnings coming through next week. And that's going to be a true reflection of where the NASDAQ is going, because the NASDAQ's been a bit all over the place, which is also dragging the S&P down because the S&P has majority of those, well, all the FANG stocks in it at least. So, so within all that rambling, what are we going to do today? Basically going to be sitting on my hands. I don't trust what's going on here. I anticipate a move either way, to be honest. So whenever we're in a range like this and we're below and above the moving averages, and now we've got another crossover of the moving averages at the moment, I'm very wary. So granted, I do have a consolidation here of the oscillators for another move to the upside, and that should be the structure I'm looking for, getting in long down here, looking for a move back to the top of the range. But for me, this level of 4,200 is still the one that needs to tag. It's a big round number. We almost had it, and it's a couple of attempts to get up there, and I still believe that is the way we want to do this. And the last thing I want to do is just switch to the weekly, because if you look at what the weekly is looking like now, that's a big red inside bar. Last time we had that, we had 2 weeks of down. That one failed. That one was another 3 weeks down. There's another one of 2 weeks down. There's the big one. Then we had this big one, which didn't do much. It just went sideways. So, there is merit to be concerned that we have a potential opportunity to move the downside. But the reality is, even a move down to this area here, which would be the most logical for me, which is 3970 area or 4000 area, that's still very much in an uptrend. In fact, a pullback all the way down to close this gap down here at 3514 is technically still in the uptrend for me on the weekly. So that's why I keep saying the trend is up. I'm not really worried about anything else. I'm only interested in working with the Feds here and buying when the opportunity presents itself. And that opportunity, in my opinion, right now is not there. So I will need some structure breaks. So we either break this range to the downside and we build a base further down, or we break this to the upside and we come back and test the structure, and then that is the opportunity for me to get in. But at the moment, I'm sit on hands. I don't like trading these ranges. They really get under my skin, put it politely. Okay, so that's it for me today. Nothing much there, but what I am doing is looking at the Forex. There are a few Forex pairs that specifically on the pounder and the dollar that I'll be looking at. So that's where my focus will be today, and we'll catch up with you next week. I hope it helps, and cheers for now.